I accidentally just went live. I didn't even know my camera was on, and there was this giant beetle in my room, and oh my god, I had to get out of my house. So now that we're back here again, I did not mean to do that. Whoever was part of that live, I totally ditched it. Because I was like talking to myself. I was trying to get this beetle out of my room. And I think somebody heard the whole fucking thing. I don't know who it was, but somebody was watching me get this beetle out of my room. So my apologies. I did not know the camera was even recording. This YouTube scares the shit out of me sometimes because I don't know when they turn shit on. So, and I can't focus the camera properly, so. Okay. Woo! Clear the energy. Set the intention to help those who truly need it with this message today. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, okay? I uploaded another one. It just hasn't hit the air yet, so just, this one doesn't resonate. There's plenty more where that came from, all right? Now I just have to defog here a little bit. Neptune. With a little Neptune and Capricorn energy. Pisces energy. Pisces with Capricorn. In the fourth house. Roots and home. So, you know what I'm getting? Like, automatically, I'm getting, like, somebody is, like, could be picking up really bad habits from somebody else and thinking, like, well, they do it, that's super cool. That's super cool to be the way that, you know, this certain person is. And, like, what I'm getting immediately is Yellow Wolf. So, you know, there's a lot of influencers out there, and they just drink, and they drink, and they drink, and, they're kind of delusional in the fact that the life that they're living in with all these drugs and all of this bars and drinking and up all night, and like your body gets old and you age, and to think that you can live forever, or that, you know, you see somebody doing it like Lemmy from Motorhead. So he drank, I think it was like spice rum and Coke like every day for like 30, 40 years or something like that. And then I think he got cancer. And the doctor was like, you have to stop drinking. Like, there is no option. Like, this is it for you. If you continue to do this, you're going to die. And what did Lemmy do? Okay, so then he starts drinking vodka and orange juice. Like he's doing himself a fucking favor. It was so funny. And he made it I mean, I saw him in one of the last concerts he ever performed. He came to Toronto. And, sorry, that's moving the camera. So this is a little off here. He came to Toronto, and that was a month or two after that, he died. It was like he came in August, and I think he was dead in October or something like that. Some type of timeline like that. And, you know, somebody could be looking at rock stars like, you know, they don't get cancer. They don't die. They don't, you know, like they live forever. And it's an illusion. It's an illusion to think that alcohol doesn't physically do something to your body, considering what it does to your mind. And it's illusion to believe that you can go on forever in this false hope of drugs and alcohol. Like that's what Neptune is about. That's what it coincides with Pisces energy. And it's almost like, because Pisces energy is the moon, it's illusions. You can't see what's happening in the darkness of the moon. right? So it's almost like in your own darkest mind, you can't see what you're doing wrong, maybe. That's the thing, because like not a lot of people know, like they're selfish, or it's not even like selfish. I think it's just like lack of information, like just misinformed. And then also listening to the wrong thing that's like, you can drink, you can do this, you can do this. Like, no, you can't, and no, you shouldn't, right? Alcohol is not good for you. And ooh, look at that. That's your very first card. Can you even fucking see it? I made it kind of dark over here, but it's because it's 4,000 degrees where I live today. I don't fucking know why. I'm trying to keep myself away from the sun. Actually, that's probably better to see. There it is. Look how beautiful that card is. And it reminds me a lot of Sunshine. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. But these scientists go in and the sun is dying. So they have to, they go on a mission to reset the sun. So then it burns hotter again. And it's like this illusion that, okay, now we're going back to Yellow Wolf. I was wondering where did that guy go all of a sudden? Yellow Wolf just drinks. Like any posts, like any time you watch him go live or some shit, he's just like drinking, shot. That guy's like in his 40s, and you're thinking, hey, dude, you gotta calm down. Like that was for your, when you're teens and like in your early 20s and in your 30s, and now alcohol in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. I mean, alcohol should just be there as like a cheers, like think of yourself always pregnant. Right? Have a fucking glass and like that's it. Like why can't people just be classy in the art of drinking alcohol? And it's like, man, you also see it in the bars too. You see people in the bars, you think those people are having the time of their life. You think nothing is better than people at the bars. It's so much fun. Yo, those are the saddest people ever, are the ones sitting at the bar, because the second you go, hey, you want to get out of here? Someone goes, yep. Right? The first person, that somebody, when you say you want to leave, someone's going to be like, yep, whether it contains sex or not. Someone's gonna be like, yo, is anybody want to go get some food? Like, I'm starving. Like, who the fuck wants to stay past like 1:30? You're just a creep at a bar. Those lights come up and you're there. You're a creep. Go home, like, go home. Oh, it's a motherfucking devil. Hey, Pam. Ooh. Coming in on a great movie. Apparently this is a movie. Coming in on a great movie here with Double Devil. And I swear, when he has been coming up lately, it's like he has to come up twice. He can't just come up once. No. He has to come up on the dice. And then he's got to be the second card that comes down in the reading. So that's why I think... Yeah, see, I think it's almost like somebody's salvation, somebody being sober scares the shit out of them. And when you think of somebody like Yellow Wolf, okay, you think they're so happy and they're having the best time, but like, that guy is sad. Like, he is sad. Who wants to sit around in a room full of dudes all day? Who wants to be, like, who's a dude that wants to be covered in sausage all the time? There's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, hang out with your boys whenever you want. I'm not ever going to say don't hang out with your friends. But when you have to hang out with your friends 24/7, 7 days a week, and they're all you do, something's wrong with that. Because you need your own time alone. You need your creative time. You need to sleep. You need to give your liver a fucking break for once. You can't have people in your energy all the time, because believe it or not, you can feel them. Like, you can hear them, you can feel them. They start getting into your mind, they start getting into your energy. Too many people, to me, says crowded mind, right? Because the most clear people are the ones alone. And not alone, but the ones that are like, they go for walks by themselves. They usually work by themselves. They like the solitude of being by themselves. They don't need chatter around them all the time. They don't need everybody, asking them how they doing. It's just like when you get like set in your shit, which means you're not drinking anymore. You can't give a fuck what these people want anymore. It's like your clear head just goes through the roof, right? Because all those illusions that you thought you surrounded your life around are like, oh, okay, these are just little pieces that are blocking me from taking steps without getting my feet cut off, right? Because a lot of times, like, we just put broken glass in front of us and we start dancing around in it. And we're like, we start fucking ripping our own lives apart because we're drinking and something's got a hold of us and we think we're having a great time because all these people want to be with us. But no, they don't. They're only with you because you probably have money or you're drinking like them or you've got something to give, right? When people learn the hard way when the money's not there anymore, or when someone's not drinking anymore, when the party's not there anymore, everybody scatters like roaches. Gone. Poof. Like you just sprayed raid, right? Because like the solitude of the mind makes people freak out because they don't have that. And I've been doing a lot of like metal detox these capsules called chlorella. And I've been taking those and I'm noticing like my sensory is like getting phenomenally better. Like I would stand in my room twirling around sometimes trying to figure out where the fuck I put something. And I would feel my head being like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why can't I just focus on something? And it's because there's so many parasites in us because of what we drink and consume and what we're a part of, how we don't know how to take care of ourselves, right? So we get like built up and then we get these metals. Like you realize like there is aluminum foil on everything. Okay, try to get a takeout container that doesn't have aluminum foil on it. Your food has already been tampered with. And you haven't even taken a bite yet. We're eating on metal cutlery, right? We're putting our juice and our coffees into metal containers. Everything is fucking metal. And it's like you wonder why you feel like you're going to lose your mind. Because like your mind is not there. They're even proving that metal is in baby food. Why the fuck do you think they're doing that? Oh, that's literally censorship gone within 6 years. I was going to say 6 months. And you know what? The people, it's really sad because the mothers that don't lactate and can't produce their own milk on their own and their babies are forced to drink formula start to get that GMO instantly. And then a mother who is not properly informed about parasites and what you could do to your fetus goes and eats raw fish, raw meat, doesn't eat a burger cooked all the way, right? And starts introducing her fetus to parasites, bacteria, and bugs instantly. And it's like you wonder why you feel like you're going crazy even 40 years later. Because you're probably still eating the same food. You're still microwaving your shit. You still have everything on metal. You're still eating with metal. You're still drinking with, you're still doing all of these things. But because we're told as society, well, you put your coffee in a metal cup so you can bring it to work. It stays warmer faster. Well, or stays warmer longer. Well, it's also called drink your coffee before you leave the house, right? But sometimes people don't want to integrate better lifestyles because it forces them to change something about their routine that they're not really ready to change, right? You have to be ready for the change. You have to be ready to stop looking at the illusions that are all around you, because they're all around you. They're on the shelves. They're in the bookstores. They're everywhere. They're on the road with you. They're on the TV. They're emailing you. They're calling you. They're trying to give you money. It's all scams. And it sucks because we believe it. And it's one of those things, that's the control part about it, is like, how are you going to live without credit? You need credit to build your life. You need this to build your life. You need a family to look like you're not gay. You need to hide your feelings. Nobody needs to know what happened to you. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I can guarantee you, you start talking about your story, you start talking about your life, whether you start vlogging, you start just writing, you start doing anything, I can guarantee you somebody's going to take interest in it. It's not even like I have to say that as like a matter of fact. I can just guarantee you somebody in the world of 8 billion people is going to be like, yup, subscribed. I like that shit. I like what they're saying. It's just hard to find that one person. Once you find that one person, you find like a million more. It just is a really long, hard search. And it's a really long, hard fight to get you to burn again and to get you ignited again. Right? Without thinking that a woman has to do it, or that, like my ex, man, he could never be single. He always had to have a girl lined up. He always had to have a dog right beside him. Codependent. Motherfucker was never living on his own, never doing shit on his own. Always had to have something right there to let him know he was a man. That's sad. That's really sad. Right? Because to know that you are serious is to be alone. That's how you know somebody's serious. Because they cut it by themselves. They don't want to bring anybody else into that shit when they can't even, fathom life itself. Do you know how many mothers out there have children and they don't even know why they're living? And you think a child is going to change that? What the fuck? No. You need to have that life in you already before you try to create something from a false imagery, from a false world, right? Delusions that the world isn't trying to poison you every day. Of course it is. It's them against us. Always has been. It's just, are you smart enough to go outside instead of watch the TV all night? Are you smart enough to set yourself up instead of rely on something because it's automatically there? Well, it's automatically there. If it's convenient, I can almost guarantee you it's not good for you. Right? Like, look at all that fast food shit. It's all convenient and it's all full of plastic. All full of garbage, but it's right there so you don't starve. Why are you starving to death? Bring some snacks with you. Man, when I travel, I always have my iced tea with me. Always. And I always got snacks. Like, I ate an entire basket of peaches this week. Peaches. I ate like 12. Like 4. I was bouncing 4 a day. I couldn't believe it. My mouth was actually starting to hurt. I was eating too many peaches. And it reminded me when I drove across the country and suddenly I got into wine country and there was food everywhere. It was food stand. I just filled up on peaches, apples. And then I think I had an egg salad sandwich or something like that, like a homemade couple of sandwiches or whatever. And I was good. I didn't need to eat Subway. Subway's awful for you. Holy fuck, that's not even meat. And they've been called out for it by studies. That it's not food. You think it is. And you really believe that you're doing something for yourself that's okay. Just because there's 15 people in the lineup doesn't mean that it's okay. It just means that people are sadder than you think. And not preparing. They're not putting snacks in their purse. They're not making sure they eat before they leave. They're rushing themselves. They're not taking care of themselves. I made vegetarian chili the other day because I kind of have to just cool it on the meat for a little bit while I cleanse all this stuff out of my body because I'm just not craving meat. I'm craving everything that has water in it possible. And I ate a taco salad this morning for breakfast with the vegetarian chili. I was it's 10 in the morning and I'm eating chili, but there was nothing else I wanted to eat. Nothing. And now I'm man, it's been hours and I'm still full. I would, if I'm having a really bad iron day, I'll just wake up and fucking eat a ribeye. Sets me for the day. If you follow what you want, what you're craving, not what the TV just showed you, not what you just heard on the internet, what do you want? And that's what you give yourself. It's fuck your friends. I'm sorry, but and your family. I mean, some people can stay in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they're not growing up, and what they're doing to themselves is not healthy, and how they're living is not a good example of what you should be doing. And yet they're the biggest influencers in the world, and they're fucking retarded. They're showing you everything not to do. That's how you stay single, is hang around with a bunch of dudes all day. Honestly, if you're a dude. If you're a chick, keep hanging out with chicks all day. Because there's no fucking way that anybody's going to think you're a group of lesbians, right? Honestly, I mean, it's kind of fucking stupid, but it makes sense of how dumb people are. Because people are dumb. They are dumb. And that's what they want. That's what society wants. So they're, you know, the picture perfect families are doing exactly what the big people want them to do. Serve your kids all that shit, all that junk, all those gummies, all that fucking cereal, all that lactose milk. Do it. I mean, that's what they want you to do. Go to the LCBO, fill your basket, drink liquor every day, consume wine because they tell you it's good for you. Right? Like, doesn't that sound fucking tad bit retarded? Like, right? But society says, do it. If the water's nice, could mean it's because everybody's pissing in it and not because it's got any sun. And that's another hard pill to swallow. These are a lot of hard pills to swallow. My readings are easy to listen to. And like, I feel that. I'm like, Whitney, that was kind of harsh. And then I'm like, well, it's better you tell them and rip that fucking stupid Band-Aid off that they think is hiding this giant wound that's infected. Right? You can't hide what's infecting you. You can't, because it's going to come out. And if you love yourself at all, then you're trying to find the answers. Then you have to do what you really need to do and wake the fuck up. Right, Pam? Wake the fuck up. That's what we got to do. Stop doing things because you have money and the devil tells you, oh, you got $20, just go buy this. Oh, you got this, just go get a 12-pack, go get a 6-pack. Just drink for the night, you're fine. Yeah, just shoot a bunch of meth too. That's probably great as well, right? 10 of Cups. How fucking cute is that? And you know, that kind of is giving me this feeling that maybe somebody should lean on their family. Right? And be like, I got to take this step and like, I need support. So y'all need to fucking leave your coolers in your car and cover up your alcohol for a bit. You know, I don't want to see that shit on my property. I need to get rid of it. If you all want to get drunk, then I don't want to be there anymore. You know, I don't want to watch you all fucking talk about the good old times and how you're never going to make it and how shitty life is now and blah, blah, blah. We all know fucking life sucks. It's called deal with it. It's called make your life better. Do something. Live a little. Turn off the TV. Turn off your phone. Right? Do something that includes living again. Right? Because it's not that scary. Like, to keep you up at night? Fuck, that's ridiculous. You should not let anybody keep you up at night, let alone just a straight up clear, clean life. Like, clean, clear life, you know? What house are we talking about again? Cancer. Did I even read the house? Oh, family, roots. Yeah. Oh, there's the piece of paper. Okay. So your roots, like, I mean, honestly, everybody in my family is an alcoholic. Everybody in my family, all my aunts, all my uncles, my grandparents, they all drink alcohol every day. My mom, my dad, they've all drank a glass of alcohol every single day for their entire life. And all of them. I mean, the only time they've never drank alcohol is if they were fucking too hungover. And let me tell you, I don't think my parents even knew what a hangover was because they're alcoholics. Alcoholics don't really get hangovers because they just drink again. Okay, so that could be the grudge that's holding you back, is that everybody fucking drinks. And that's what sucks, because they're all under the illusion that they can just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Well, my liver's fine. Well, I'm fine. And it's like they're getting liver spots. They're getting age spots. They're drooping. Their skin looks awful. They got all this water underneath them. They're puffy. Like my Oma, when she would scratch, like if she got hurt and she cut herself, she didn't leak blood. She leaked water. Water came out of her. And her skin was puffed up at least a centimeter all the time of just water. Like, you know you're full of water when blood doesn't even come out. Water is just coming out. Okay? Like, that is too much drinking. None of your cells are absorbing that water. It's just going under your layers of skin. Did you just see those cards when I said layers? Ooh, okay, so we got justice. Okay. With the world. I'm going to say that this is over. Like, somebody has to clue in, okay, that their money is attaching them to things that are binding them and enslaving them. And the only way to get out of it is to almost stop looking at what you've created and look at what you can become. Right? Look at what you can become. And it's almost like this message of, it's okay to turn your back on things that, on people that you feel like karmically you're attached to. Like, there's no book that says you have to talk to your mother. There is no book that says your father, because he's your father, demands respect. No. People, I truly, honestly believe that people, they're strategic when they make the beds that they choose to lay in. And the bed that you're laying in is causing you anxiety, which means the skin you're in is causing you anxiety, which means something's not right. Like, you shouldn't just have anxiety. Anxiety is a trigger. Anxiety is to be used as a weapon, not as the storm that sinks your boat. That's an abuse of something. That's an abuse of a feeling by not knowing how to cope with it, I guess, or deal with it, you know? And a lot of these messages are coming up right now. People that they are having a really hard time coping with the decisions that they made and things that are attached to those decisions, right? Because I think a lot of the collective feels like the decisions that they make and that they made in the past were attached to something demonic. They were attached to something. They were attached to an illusion, right? Like, people say, you know, if you have the perfect life, then you have the perfect kids and you have the perfect husband and you have the perfect house. It's all an illusion. There is no perfect house. There is no perfect family. There's no perfect kids, right? That is different for everybody. Everybody is different, and how they do things, how they teach their children, what they experiment in, everything and everybody is different. Therefore, if somebody has you by the strings, then they have control by the money that you've produced. How does somebody else have control of the money that you've produced? Right? It's kind of sad. So, but an illusion, a substance abuse problem, can have control over your money, right? Like, there's numerous times, like the lady beside me sells meth. You wouldn't believe the people that knock on her door. Wouldn't believe. Some of these motherfuckers look like they could be your grandfather. And some look like they're your nice, friendly uncle. And some look like strung out prostitutes. And some of them look like fucking gangsters that are coming in to rob the place. And then some of them look like retarded women. It's fucked. Because there is no definition of a meth addict. There is no definition of a fucking substance abuse. There's no definition of it. It's in everybody. It's just whether or not you tap into it. Whether or not you let it take over. Right? Somebody's family could be enabling them to be a certain way. And that's on a show I was just watching. This lady needed help, and her boyfriend wasn't seeing it. And she was numb. She was losing her senses. So she cut herself. So then he would take her to the hospital so she could get help. Not what her boyfriend thinks she needs right now. Right? Like, when you need help, you need help. You can't just sometimes go to that family member to think that you're going to get the help that you need because they love you, when sometimes the help that they're giving you is more enabling because they're biased to you because they don't want to hurt you, right? They want to help you. And they also don't want you to run away, and they want you to trust them. So it's like walking on eggshells. But if you go to a rehab, fuck those motherfuckers, you're on clock, you're on schedule, poof, all your rights get taken away. Jail, bitch. But for the right reasons. Like, is your uncle gonna do that? No. Somebody who truly fucking loves you will do it. And even still, if they can do it by hand, great. But if they can't, then you have to surrender yourself. Right? And if you know people who can't get there themselves, then sometimes you have to be the narc that says, like, listen, we got to do something about this, because if you're not paying attention, who is? And, you know, we have this gentleman that drives into work. Well, he drives, obviously, to come in and, like, eat where we work. And he didn't know what the ketchup was the other day. And my boss is like, he pointed at the ketchup and he went, "What's that?" And I was like, "You're kidding me, right?" And I was like, who's to say that he's not all of a sudden going to be driving up to a stop sign and go, "Oh, a stop sign. What the hell does that mean?" Right? Like, and that's what I said. I'm like, who's going to pay attention? Like, who's going to know that Herb can't drive anymore? And she's like, probably nobody. He's a fucking 75-year-old man who's alone, has nobody. Who's helping him? Who's paying attention? We can only do so much. He comes in, he eats, he's gone. Can't babysit him. Can't watch him. I don't even know where the fuck he lives. Right? So some people don't have control of it, and some people do have control of it, you know? Or they can see that their money is buying them Puppeteer. Green Giant. You know what I woke up listening to this morning? The old GMC commercial, "Like a Rock." Oh, like a rock. I woke up with the GMC commercial in my head. I was like, I'm sorry. And now I was really wondering if the tower was going to come out, because I did a reading before this, which I haven't been able to upload because YouTube sucks. So, and now look, that's like the rock that gets bursted, taken down by this burst of lightning, right? That's you. That's the sun. Okay? Coming in like the sun. Fucking G unit, okay? 10 of Wands. Who will carry the burden? But it's a 10 of Wands in reverse, because it's almost like you don't got to carry this burden anymore. There are people that will help you. There are people, and if somebody's in your house that is drinking or stealing from you, like I was talking, I gotta understand how loud my voice is. So I'm like trying to talk to a coworker about how these people are breaking into my apartment and like what I've done to like stop them from breaking in and stuff. And this old lady was like, "I didn't mean to overhear your conversation, but my grandson's been breaking into my house. How do I stop him from doing that?" I was like, I sat down to talk to her, because your grandson's breaking in. You're an 80-year-old woman. You need help. And it was awesome because her son was there, and her son was just kind of like technologically retarded. So I got to kind of talk to her about the precautions that I've taken. I don't have fucking a genuine man in my life who I don't feel like is trying to set me up to steal from me in some way. So I've got to do these things on my own. I have to become a masculine energy on my own to protect myself, right? And that's what people have to do. Like, if you have to build up an energy to protect yourself, at least you care enough to do it, whether it's for you or whether it's for somebody else. I mean, again, who the fuck is supposed to care about you? Right? When you're going through something and you're pushing your energy and you're trying to get somebody to care about you, you're trying to get somebody to look up, it's almost as if once that happens, you do have to go get help, because you have to go and seek people who don't know you for them to realize something's going on with you. Right? And it's hard. Like, it's hard, you know, like my sister and I talk about all the awful things that happen in this house, right? And I don't talk about it outworthy and in public and shit. And I started talking to my boss about it, because my boss needs to know, like, what's going on, just in case anything happens. Somebody needs to know. I need to have somebody on the outside that's like, if I don't show up to work, it could mean because something really bad happened to me. You know, my neighbor was arrested for stealing like 20 AK-47s, a bunch of rifles. There's gunshots all the time in the front of the house, all the time. People are always shooting a gun. Like, one of those bullets could come through and fucking smoke me in my bed at any time. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. So if I don't show up to work, you know, I don't want my manager thinking that I'm just a bitch and I'm not showing up to work. I want my manager to know, hey, if I don't show up, you may want to call me. May want to come down and check it out. You know what I mean? Hey, Tina. Long time no see. Probably because I haven't really been live for very long. I haven't gone live in so long, but I'm starting to go live because I have a different type of work schedule. So we decided to go live today. And the main topic was about substance abuse, obviously, but not even fully substance abuse. Whereas it's like somebody believing in way too many illusions, way too many. I think I can, you know, well, society says it's this way, so I guess it's this way. You know, it's most likely, if the news tells it that it's like a certain way, I would maybe wonder about that. You know, I was thinking today, I was like, why are all of these lakes infested with all this algae? Kind of makes it seem like, look at on the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Kind of makes it seem like, to me, they're putting all this algae in the lake so then people don't go swimming. Why don't they want people going swimming? What the fuck did they do to the lake? Right? They're obviously experimenting with these lakes, and they're doing something with these lakes, or we wouldn't just have an incline, a sudden increase of algae that destroys everything over a matter of like months. It just wouldn't happen. Somebody put it there. Somebody introduced it. Get what I'm saying? So it's like, change your fate. If you can't go in the water, buy a pool. You know, trapped, but who is the monster, right? It's like, are you trapped from going swimming in the lake because of algae? Or are you supposed to stay away from the lake so then you can do something else? It's like, it's the secret silver lining about why things happen when they do. Because if you can get a silver lining in something, I can almost guarantee you it'll change the outcome of the way you're looking at something. Right? You just have to find that silver lining. Like out of anybody, did this have to happen to me? Well, why did it happen to you? Right? Was it because the world knew that you would forget about it and then come back later with vengeance? Or were you supposed to shove something in somebody's face like, hey, you think you can drink your whole life and you're just not going to have any repercussions on your children that have been watching you? Maybe somebody drinks because their parents drink and they're like, you introduced it to me, fuck you, right? There's this element of a fuck you that I can feel, but it's like, are you really saying fuck you to them, or are you fucking yourself over by choosing to get angry at them because of it? Because you've got the reign in your life. You're the one that has the controls. The devil just wants to think he has the controls because you're being weak about something. And when you're weak about something, you know it. People are going to breach that shit. Like, if you're weak, you just decide, I'm not going to lock my doors. You get broken into that night, right? Surrendering yourself so then you know that there are precautions that you have to take. You won't feel like an idiot as much as you'll feel like smarter than everybody else. Because you are smarter than everybody else. If you're watching this, you're smarter than a lot more people than you think. And the fact that something like the devil is holding you up, I feel like is just one of those vices that is just trying to almost help you stand up, because you don't think that you can stand up on your own until you take that first step, until you really let the railing go and go, I don't need to hang on to this anymore. This is not a crutch. I don't need to take a shot before I go and do something. I don't need to drink in order to cure my anxiety. I don't need to get high to feel like I can go and see my mother. You know, like that, those kind of vices and those crutches are the things that are keeping somebody in the hands of the devil. And that is hard, but it's not that it's so hard that you can't beat it. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult than what you're used to. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Okay, we're going to call it quits. My God, 40 minutes. I have to get ready for my day. So thank you for watching. All right, look forward to a video I'm going to put up later. It was a Libra reading, so look out for that. And if you want a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Okay, if not, just enjoy the channel and its freeness. And thank you for watching. Thank you for all my people out there, Tina and Pam. Who else we got in the chat here? Not really anybody that is worth saying anything to other than my wonderful Tina and Pam. So thank you, everybody. Peace out. All right, have a good one. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, yeah, watch the Friday the 13th if you're kind of feeling this eerie feeling. There are a lot of warnings that were channeled yesterday, so maybe take a look at that. And, yeah, peace out. Word to your mothers. Word to your families. Thanks for the hearts. Something just went meow. I'm not a cat, so peace out.